A wise man once wrote a poem about a traveler faced with a hard decision. It was a choice to take only one of two roads that lay before him, and his entire life was dependent on which path he chose. His decision was made difficult because, from where he stood, both roads looked equally appealing, though they led to different outcomes. In the same way, we are all faced with two roads. If you've never taken the time to look at the road my generation is headed toward, I'd like to take the next few moments and share with you. Have you ever noticed the lack of motivation, respect, and solid moral character in the youth of today? Have you ever considered how this tragedy has become our reality? Have you ever seen the top 3 online search results for teenagers include cell phones, smoking, and drugs? Have you ever considered how we have allowed our youth to believe the lie that they are incapable of accomplishing great things, like the teens of the past? It all began with 2 words: low expectations. Unfortunately, our society believes that if you shoot low, you won't be disappointed. Too many young people in our world set low expectations for themselves, which ultimately limits their potential. So you may ask, what is holding us back? If we expect immaturity and irresponsibility from ourselves and from one another, that's exactly what we get. However, history demonstrates we are far more capable than we think we are. And in 1905, Paul Harris created an organization that believed that too. When the Rotary Club was first founded, it was based on the simple principle, service above self. 27 years later, Rotarian Herbert Taylor created the statement later known as the 4-way test. Rotarians have promoted ethical standards at home, work, and in the community because of it. And it has become one of the world's most widely quoted statements. Is it fair? Is it true? Will it build goodwill and better friendships and be beneficial to those around you? Only 24 words, but the power contained within them and the extent of their reach is immeasurable. Now, although Rotarians use this test, it is through organizations such as this one that helps teens fight back against low expectations by helping us to realize, by watching you all set good examples of high moral character and being motivated to make a difference. Now, in the small town in Iowa, the local Rotary Club began investing time in the lives of middle schoolers. Meeting at the local school twice a month, the men and women taught the kids the 4-way test as an effective tool for decision-making in their own lives. After only meeting at the school for a few months, one of the boys told the Rotary Club at his school that before he heard the test, he had been considering suicide. But after hearing the test and realizing the truth, it wouldn't be fair to his family or friends. It wouldn't build goodwill or better friendships or be beneficial to those around him. Because of that, this young man just firmly decided against ending his life because of the 4-way test. Now, another Rotarian told me of how he took the test on a mission trip to the Solomon Islands, where a civil war was breaking out. Now, upon hearing the test and understanding the integrity and potential it held, the islanders dropped all charges toward one another, and the war ended. Now, it's stories like these that make us ask, how am I living my life? Have I let the low expectations of my generation take a toll on my potential? Well, remember, if you shoot low, you won't be disappointed, right? Well, the answer's up to you. Rotarian Herbert Taylor once said, "It is essential to our future preservation that the youth of our nation become men and women of high moral character. Let us in Rotary carry on the crusade among our youth for justice, truth, and liberty." Now, although this test is used by Rotarians, I implore you to help me in teaching it to my generation by being the one we look up to and strive to be like. Because as teenagers, we face a crisis and an opportunity. A crisis, and that we can no longer afford to slowly drift toward adulthood, viewing the teen years as a vacation from responsibility. And we have an opportunity, and that we can embrace life now and live for the glory of God, the good of our family, our country, and our world. Now, remember with me our traveler, the one faced with 2 roads. Well, what the man did not realize as he stood at the crossroads was that one road, the one more traveled, although it appeared easy, it led to pain and struggles. The other, although more challenging, led to success and achievement. Robert Frost tells it like this: 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then I took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Though I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thank you.